Remember that time you were absolutely sure of something only to be absolutely wrong? Maybe it was a bet you lost, a job that just wasn't a fit, or a relationship that fell apart. I know I've been there. Well, folks, I'm Alex Gabriel, and on Serenity Sparks, where we talk about life's messy, wonderful chaos that shapes us. Today we're diving into that idea that sometimes what we know is not dependable until it is tested. Think about it for a second. It means all our certainties might have wobbly legs. What do we even mean? What is not dependable until it's tested. This isn't about doubting everything. It's about being open to the fact that our understanding of the world, of ourselves, can change. That growth happens when we put things to the test. This idea can be scary, but it's also about possibility. If we stay rigid in our truths, where's the room for progress, for surprise, for learning? Allow me to share a tip. Next time you're sure, ask yourself, what if I am wrong? What else would be true? That little shift makes a huge difference. But what about, won't this leave me forever unsure? That's fair. It's more about finding a balance than constant doubt. We need some core beliefs, but healthy questioning keeps us adaptable. Think of scientists. They have theories, but they keep on testing them. Let me tell you about a few folks who really embodied this. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell, first woman to graduate medical school in the U.S. in the 1800s. Imagine the you can't. She must have had and pushed through. The Wright brothers, people laughed at the idea of human flight. Imagine if they had said, well, I guess nobody has done it, so it's impossible. But what do these stories prove? These folks had what everyone knew, but tested it anyway. That's how massive change happens on a personal level and really across society. Let's deep dive, beliefs about ourselves. This hits especially hard with how we see our abilities. You ever say, I'm terrible at math, or I'm the uncreative type? Where did that knowledge come from? Sometimes one bad experience warps our whole life, our whole view. It's worth testing those limits. Allow me to share an analogy. It's like testing a strange new food and immediately deciding you hate it forever. What if you try another way, prepare it differently? Might change everything, This concept changed my life. I used to be afraid to make real moves because what if my plans failed? I was so sure I knew things would go wrong. It took someone pushing me to realize being wrong is part of it. Being adaptable is more important than always being right. Today, remember, what we think we know might not be the whole story. Testing ourselves leads to growth we couldn't even imagine. History is made by folks who challenged what everyone else knew. So what would be one thing you believe firmly that you're willing to poke at, get curious about? Let's share this on social media, on the YouTube channel. Allow me to share my final thought. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be ignited. Well, thank you for joining me on Serenity Sparks. Until next time, stay sparkling.